What's going on, guys? Apathettic here, and today we're going to talk about how to improve your aim. Now, this video may not be for the more experienced player, but I still want to make sure on my channel that I address the less experienced players who are looking to improve just on some of the more basic things such as movement, aim, etc. Now, just jumping right into it, one of the first tips I have for you guys is to pick a sensitivity and just get comfortable with it. A lot of times people will switch sensitivities the second they have a bad game, they miss a shot, they lose a one-on-one. In one of those situations, you just gotta take a step back, really commit to choosing a sensitivity. Now, I eventually settled on 4, and I initially started on 3, which is the default. Found it a little too slow for things like shotgun battles. My primary game was really great, but I found I was losing some shotgun battles because of the movement in Destiny, and people can move so fast. I would lose track of them because of lower sensitivity. Now, when I went up to 5, I found my shotgun game was really good because I can track people faster, but I was getting destroyed a little bit with my primary play because sometimes I wouldn't land every single shot necessary, especially when you're going against better players, which that's going to be required. Now, the sensitivity I ultimately landed on was 4. Now, this is perfect for me because it allows me to still win my primary one-on-one battles while at the same time being able to track people who have a little bit faster movement like Titans with my shotgun. So once I settled down, stuck to the sensitivity, and kept practicing with it despite losing a one-on-one here or there, or maybe a shotgun battle, wouldn't let it get to me. Just keep in your mind that you're practicing to get better on this particular sensitivity. Once you get used to it, you'll stop overcorrecting and you'll see your overall game improve that much more. Now, the getting comfortable with a certain sensitivity ties in a little bit with my next tip, and that is choosing 1 to 2 guns and sticking to those. Now, I have a friend who loves to switch weapons constantly. He's always changing it up, always using different ones, but then he's confused to why his aim never improves. He always gets outgunned, and that's because different guns with different roles have different recoil patterns, different handling, and if you're constantly changing, that's going to throw off the muscle memory in your aim. And what that's going to do is allow you to never really get comfortable with your shot. Your shot's always going to feel off. The different recoil patterns in the weapons will throw you off, and you're just going to be having a really tough time. Now, I usually choose 1 to 2 guns, one for like mid to long range, so something like a pulse rifle, like my Clever Dragon or my Grasp of Malak, and then something for more close to mid range, like a IS Luna, a Palindrome, typically a hand cannon. So that way I have 1 to 2 guns I can get comfortable with that I can use in a variety of different situations so I can perform to the best of my ability. Now, for my next tip involves grenades, and that's using grenades to make enemies' movement more predictable. So I use grenades as a play starter right when I enter an engagement. This forces the enemy to move either one way or the other, and I can kind of predict better which way they're going to go, especially if you're facing an opponent who has a really good strafing pattern. They're going to be really hard to track. So having a grenade ready to make their movement a little bit more predictable, it's going to be a lot easier for you to track them and really gun them down a lot faster versus you trying to track them and you kind of lose them in their strafe. For my next tip, it involves using your surroundings around you when you're in engagement. So constantly being near cover allows you to do a couple of things. 1, peek shot. So you can pop in and out, take little shots at them here and there and whittle down their health, especially if they get the first shot on you. This can sometimes fluster or throw off an opponent and allow you to win that gunfight. Or it allows you to pop back into cover, realign your shot, gather yourself, hopefully get your health back if you need to, and pop out, come out stronger, and just gun them down with your aim nice and tight and focused since you know where they're going to be. Or, as I mentioned previously, chuck a grenade, use that as your play starter to make their movement that much more predictable. And for my last tip, guys, and this one is the hardest one, and I'm 100% guilty of this for sure, and that's being patient with yourself. Giving yourself time to adapt and put some of these tips I've given you into practice. And that means sticking with 3, 4, 10 sensitivity, whichever one you choose, and giving yourself enough time to really be comfortable with that sensitivity is also along with choosing a couple guns that you really like, that you feel you play well with, and keep on practicing with them and not getting so frustrated that you just give up. super easy to just give up and stop trying to change sensitivity and just go back to what you're comfortable with. But by making some of these changes, you can drastically improve your game. And one day, you'll just jump on and you're going to be landing your headshots, out shotgunning people, out sniping people, whatever gun you prefer. And you're going to see a huge difference in your game. But you just have to stick to it, and you'll eventually break through that wall. And you're going to be able to tear people up, go on 10, 15 kill streaks, and just be dominating in the Crucible. And it's going to feel amazing because you know you took the time to practice some of these tips, put them into practice, work on your own personal game, and it paid off. That's it for the video today, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below, what are some of the best tips you've gotten on how to improve your aim and overall game. Peace.